Hey, it's Andrea with the Traveling Sunshine Seniors. And today I have on my hat and my coat because it's really cold where we're going. We're going to Alaska. Wow, what a cruise we had. We did take a cruise, but that's not what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about the actual cities that we visited and the things that we did there. First of all, we took a train ride with a glass dome from Anchorage to Seward. That's where the cruise ship departed. And it was beautiful mountains. The water was just crystal clear in the waterfalls. And it was just a relaxing couple of hour ride. Just so beautiful. The scenery. You never got tired of looking out that window and seeing those snow-capped mountains and just the beautiful nature there. And there was one thing that was interesting that I learned I never heard before. It was called the soot, I think, and it was like quicksand. And it looked like it was no problem. You could just walk on it. And I think a lot of people have tried that. Against people telling them not to, and it's like quicksand and you can sink really fast. So they just had lots of interesting things on that train ride to tell us about. And then we went to Skagway, and we rode the White Train Pass through there, and that was the poor man's way to go to the Yukon Klondike Gold Rush in the late 1800s. Now, on that train ride, once again, beautiful mountains, snow, and we got to see the old train rail through there. And, of course, it was broken, but you could still see it, from the late 1800s. And that was really beautiful scenic tour that I would recommend. And then we went to Juneau. And Juneau was fantastic. I loved it because I love dogs. You guys have seen my old English sheepdog, Banjo. And so I was so excited to go visit these dogs there in Juneau who train for the Iditarod race. And they go there in the summer months. We were there in August. And in the summer months, they train there. And just to keep their bodies healthy and ready for the race. So they had it was like a cart and with wheels, and about 10 of us rode in that with the whole team of dogs pulling us through 2 miles of a rainforest, and it was so beautiful. And then the best part, though, was after that ride, we got to cuddle and hug and love on those babies. And you could tell that the guys that work there with the dogs, they have a deep, close bond with them. And the dogs are just so excited when they hook up to that pull cart. The dogs are so excited. They're all, jumping up and down and happy because they want to do their job and they want to work that and they love that. And then there was also some puppies there, and I got to cuddle the puppies. And one of the guys that toured with us that day, he was actually training for the race, and he was going to be in that race, and that takes years and years of training and practice and loving on those dogs, and he was ready to do that. So that was exciting there. And from Juneau, we went to Sitka. Now, in Sitka, we took a boat ride, like a scenic boat ride, and we saw beautiful bald eagles in trees, big trees above the water, and we saw some sea otters. They were hanging out on like a big green buoy, and they were just having the time of their life. But the two main things that I want to tell you about is we saw a mama bear, and she was a grizzly, and she was walking in the water. And there was salmon, jumping up and down in the water. And she just reached down there and she picked up a salmon and she turned around and handed it to her baby. And her baby ate it. And it was the most precious thing seeing a mama feeding her baby. And that really got me choked up. It was so beautiful. But after that, I saw something that I've never seen, and I don't think it'll ever see again. It was a mama whale and a baby whale, and they were right next to each other. And as I was looking and watching, they both jumped up out of the water, and then their tails, it was just simultaneously went up, down in the water, and their tails went up, their fins. And I have a picture of that that you'll see now. That was just a beautiful experience, so beautiful. And then from Sitka, I have notes over here in case I couldn't remember. After Sitka, we went to Ketchikan. And that was a hard city for me to remember. And so the lady on our tour, we took a duck boat tour, and she said, think of it as you catch a can. So now I can always say Ketchikan. And we took a duck boat ride. And that was neat. Never done that. We were on just regular land on the road and seeing the sights. They had beautiful totem poles there, hand carved, just exquisite handwork detail on those art. The totem poles. And so we're riding down the road seeing that, and we look over into the ocean and we see salmon boats and different various fishing boats and canneries there. And then all of a sudden I look down and we're no longer on a road. We are in the ocean. So that same vehicle, I called it a duck boat. I'm not sure what the real name is, but I'll put the link in the description. This video, but all of a sudden we're in water. I'm not sure how that works, but it sure was fun. And I hope if you get a chance that you can go see Alaska and see all of the beauty, the animals. It's just precious. So thanks for listening to my channel, the Traveling Sunshine Seniors. It's new, so please share, subscribe, and like with your friends. And until next time, I'll see you later.